Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a little review on the Yamaha PSR e333. After me using it for a little while, I just wanted to do a quick review of everything I like about this keyboard and some things I don't like about this keyboard. So first of all, this keyboard is older, it's from 2010, but realistically Yamaha hasn't really changed they haven't really changed much over their product lineup of their Arranger keyboards. So this thing basically has all the features that the newer ones have. Maybe the newer ones have slightly better sounding features, maybe slightly more styles, maybe slightly more voices, but they're all pretty much on a similar level of specs and features. Um, so the Arranger series of Yamaha keyboards come in three different trim levels, basically. So you have the PSR 233, the 333, and the 433. So you have the number in the front, which represents the level that your keyboard is in. So the two is the cheapest of the Ranger keyboards, and the 3 is the middle, and the 4 is the highest end that you can get. So this one over here that I got with me here is the middle spec one. So it doesn't have some of the features like the bend wheel, the pitch bend wheel, but it, or the more voices, more what's the name? It doesn't have more polyphony than the other keyboards, but this thing has got the touch sensitive keys, which means better samples as well. And you could also dual harmony, and you also put a split voice down here, so if you want to, that's what that allows you to do. So going over the front of the keyboard, as far as the styling goes, it looks alright. Actually, it looks pretty good for an Arranger keyboard. Over here by a screen, which is a backlit LCD too. That's another thing you don't get on the PSR 233 you don't get the backlit screen. This has got a backlit LCD. It's kind of got this glossy panel here around the screen. The screen itself isn't really that big, but this adds the Yamaha logo on it, and it adds some sleek styling lines that go around the keyboard, which is kind of interesting. This is probably one of my favorite button arrangements of all time on the Yamaha Ranger series keyboards. They've went through and changed stuff around. But the way these buttons feel, and these are the diamond shaped buttons, they're easy to press, and they don't make a ton of noise like the other ones do. You could easily, it's fast, you can go through all your instruments, so that's a plus on the older ones. So I'll go ahead and get into samples here. The Yamaha PSR e333 has got 4 levels of touch sensitivity to the keys, so you could actually vary your playing, and I have the keyboard's way out of tune. It won't make a difference, but so you play super soft, or if you want to bang on it. And you could also adjust that. You can also adjust the touch sensitivity as well. So if you want to play soft, you can play with expression. I do have the damper pedal hooked up right now to add sustain to the piano sound, make it sound better. So Yamaha's been using the same piano voice forever now, and it sounds alright. I think it's a bit outdated, but for this keyboard being from 2010, it sounds pretty good. And there's a few other piano sounds on here. There's a bright piano, and right here, you press the dual button, and right now it's playing strings with the bright piano. And you could also choose your dual voice, obviously, too. So, yeah. Let's go to a different one. Let's try out some Rhodes sounds here. You also do have chorus adjustments and reverb adjustments, so you can play with the sounds a little bit. Cool Galaxy, the hype time. Yeah, the Funky EP. That's one of my favorite ones. A little effect there. And they've been using this EP sound for a while too. This one's just got some effects on it. Check out some of the organs. We got the click organ. If we keep going along here, this thing does have a pipe organ, and it sounds pretty good. Staying lasts a while. Also, you do get seamless switching between your sounds. Here's some of the guitars. And you could dual layer here. This is guitar and strings, both guitar and strings. Got jazz guitar. This is one of my favorite ones, the 60s clean one. If you want to use the split voice here. Then you got the 12 string. And this is, I'm not a big fan of this sound. And also this thing has an overdrive sound too. You could dual layer that with the distortion guitar or Oh, let's check out some of the strings here. I might do the violin here. Mix the strings. I think you guys got a good idea of what the strings sound like on here. The harp. The banjo. And also, with your harmony, you can do multiple things. So. That allows you to change the. You can change how the sound repeats itself. You can put trills in there, which basically. do an echo. And here's some of the choirs on here. Again, using that dual instrument. You could add quite a bit of taste to that sound. Here's the breath tenor. Yamaha's always did a good job with these, with the sample, breath tenor sample. Sounds pretty good. Also with their brass instruments too, especially when you dual layer them. Another one. It's about the same. And here's the different kind of brass sound. And here's another different kind of synthy brass sound. Another kind of brass sound. So all the brass sounds sound pretty good. We do the pan flute. All these samples sound pretty good. Here's the square lead, which piano sounds pretty good. The saw lead, which not the biggest fan of, but it relies heavily on the key press, which is a good thing. The analogon, whatever. Kind of a cool little synth. Fargo, that's a classic one. Stardust. They also have that. They always have that kind of fantasy sound. Well, I made a mistake there, but yeah. They've had Bright forever. Another fantasy sound. The Dark Moon. These are all pads now at this point. The vibes, they can be used for multiple things, but they have some effect on them. It's got a good effect on it. Marimba. Use the harmony again. Steel drums. The Celesta has a pretty good sound. It's got like an effect on it as well. And you got the other instruments too. Can you dual layer these? Sound pretty good. Over here you have dual instruments that are kind of chosen for you. So here's the octave piano. This is what it sounds like with the piano's octave. have piano plus strings. The piano pad. This piano sounds really good. I'm a big fan of this instrument. And it'll keep going forever. And the EP pad. Sounds alright. Then you also have your kits as well. If you're obviously find what I can use here. Not really much of a drums player, but and then you have something called your X-Glide voices, which are basically all the voices that were just sampled before, but without all the effects. So like this is different samples they use. And this is where the funky EP came from, just without the effects. And this one's also using the effects as well. The electric piano too, same thing, just kind of a more clear and FX kind of Rhodes. Sounds pretty good. And you also have your second effect to that. And yeah, it'll basically go over all your instruments, but what's up without the effects. This is still Celestria without the effects. The vibes without the effects. Other vibes. That's basically it for the instruments on this thing. It's not really that complicated. And then your styles make the best use of the instruments on here. So, and you have to turn your accompaniment by pressing this button right here. And to start a style, you press the intro button and you press the record you're going to use. Jump straight ahead. And it'll play your style, and then you can transition using the filler. Now, one interesting feature that the lower model Yamaha keyboards don't have is that if you go to the chorus section, you can actually change the chorus of the style. So right now we're in the flanger section here, and you can hear it. We can't hear it right now, but you can hear it in the style. Let's see and if you hear it enough, the chorus change. And to end it, you can put a retard on over that. And if you choose number 0, it'll choose the voice for you. So this is the voice that works best with this style. This is like the funky EP mixed with the FX Rhodes sound. yeah, there's obviously some interesting ones on here, but that's how the styles work. As far as the songs, let's see if we can see like a simple one that you can learn from. For Release 1. It teaches you how to play For Release. Now this thing's got the lesson teach feature. I think it's called Keys to Success, I think. That's what it's called. Yeah, right here, Keys to Success. So if you press 1, it's going to make you listen to that. Well, yeah. It's going to make you listen, and you kind of have to... Maybe listen will look at the screen. The screen will tell you what's going on. Let's say I want to jump to the next lesson. And now it's going to make you play along with the song. So, step 1 here breaks it into several steps. You're going to play along with it, what the keyboard says. And then the next one is it's going to rate you on those different steps. So it's going to repeat your different phrases now. And it'll give you, so it's going to get, and then, yeah, this thing also has a chord dictionary too, where on the keyboard you have various chords laid out here. So if you press this, it wants me to play a C add 9 chord. So it'll give you a ding when you played the right chord. A minor 7 flat 5. Minor 7 flat 5. Oh no, what's me? I'm thinking E minor for some, E flat minor. C minor 7 flat 5. There you go. It'll thing when you play it. Oh no, I changed this. Now it wants me to play a C God Mentis 7. I remember these chords. Sounds like an automatic chord. There you go. And yeah, so for B sus4, I think it's this. What can I play? Yep. And it plays a C every single time. And yeah. That's about it. You can record like phrase recordings and stuff if you want to. Like, for instance, if I were to... Well, obviously I didn't record anything, but yeah, you can record songs. Playbacks, and you can play them back, and you can multi-track over them, whatever you want to do. So yeah, in terms of features on this keyboard, you are able to connect it by USB MIDI to a computer and play this keyboard on a virtual keyboard, and even all your inputs, your sustain pedal, and the touch sensitivity of your keys will be ported over to the computer that you're using. And yeah, I think that's about it for the Yamaha PSR e333. I'll let you guys get a better look at this keyboard. That's not a bad looking keyboard. Also the speaker system. They're not like super good, but they're pretty good sounding speakers. They got little tweeters in them. They're powerful enough to light up a small room. But mainly though, if you're sitting right in front of the keyboard, it's gonna be plenty loud enough for you to hear. So Yeah, and also this thing does have the ultra wide stereo modes, which they work all right. They don't work the absolute best, but volume. And I'll show the ports on the back as well if I can get the camera back there. There we go, right there. So your 12 volts in DC. You have a line headphone jack port to plug in your headphones. It's a 1/4-inch jack. Your MIDI connection right there. If you want to hook it up to a PC, you can do that. And sustain pedal port too. And I have my damper pedal hooked up. So that's about it. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next one. Peace out, guys.